Hi, welcome back to another podcast with Mr. Hagan. And this podcast, we're going to do another example of the aggregate expenditure model. And so we have our aggregate expenditure curve, which remember is consumption, planned investment, government spending, and net exports. We have our what I'll think of as our production line, or our 45-degree line, where the GDP is equal to the aggregate expenditures. And here we have our real-world event. Fearing the future, Americans begin saving for a rainy day. So if Americans begin saving for a rainy day, then that's going to be, my determinant is going to be a change in consumption savings. So people are going to begin saving more. If they begin saving more, then that means that they will have less money to engage in consumption. If they start saving more, they will have less money to engage in consumption, and that will cause this aggregate expenditure curve, that will cause this consumption to go down, shifting the aggregate expenditure curve down. So the aggregate expenditure curve would shift down to AE2, and as a result of that, at our current level of equilibrium production, the production would be greater than the spending. Inventories would begin to pile up. That would cause companies to begin reducing production until we get back to a new equilibrium where the new aggregate expenditure curve intersects the 45-degree line. That's where production is equal to spending, and that will be our new equilibrium gross domestic product. So we would say that the aggregate expenditure curve shifted down in response to the increase in savings, and that would cause a decrease in the gross domestic product. Our rule would say this. Our rule says if you increase savings, then the curve will shift down. If you decrease savings, curve will shift up. Increase savings, curve shifts down. Decrease savings, curve shifts up. That's our rule. Thanks for joining me on another podcast. It's been Mr. Hagan, and we'll see you on the next podcast.